What's up guys, Draco here. I'm going to talk about soup, if that's not clear. Yeah, so soup. I don't really know why soup's been on my mind. I haven't had any soup this week. I think it's just water in general has been on my mind, and soup's kind of like water. So yeah, because water's been on my mind because like Ice Bucket Challenge. I did the Ice Bucket Challenge. I enjoyed the Ice Bucket Challenge. Okay, here's the thing. I don't really understand why everyone's overreacting so much about this Ice Bucket Challenge. Like, oh no, it's so horrible. It's like, bro, I take cold showers. The cold shower I took after the Ice Bucket Challenge was worse than, like, the dunking a bucket of water on my head. And I dunked way more water than, like, which my friends did. Because I dunked, like, what, 6 or 7 litres or something? I had a friend who dunked about 200 millilitres of that. Yeah, but anyway, like, also, it's, I'm happy with the Ice Bucket Challenge because it's like the hell is this thing? It's a stretching thing. I don't really know. I think it's meant to do something to with exercise. Anyway, yeah, it was for mental health and like stuff. If you don't know, it's all over the internet. You should probably be able to find it. It also used to be. They did it like what, however many years ago for some like disease, ASL, I think. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm not a big fan of soup, I'll be honest. Here's the thing. I don't, like, hate soup. I just don't like many things that are hot. Obviously, like, summer and stuff, like, I'm not a big fan of summer, but, like, I was talking about food. But, yeah. Like, I don't like hot chocolate, tea. I like iced tea. I like bubble tea. I just don't like tea. I've never had coffee, but I don't think I'd like it. Yeah. So, like, and like, what's Tamagotchi? Not Tamagotchi. What's the dough ball with the octopus in? Takoyaki. I love the taste of takoyaki. I burn my tongue half the time, and it sucks. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of any like hot food, mainly because I just burn my tongue all the time. I don't know. I'm also just not a big food person in general. Yeah. Like are there any soups that I like really like? I don't know. I like ramen, and that's noodle soup, arguably. I'm gonna offend everyone in this video. I also agree with the statement that coffee is bean soup and tea is leaf soup, although I don't have them very often, so it's like, eh. Also, I have a red panda plushie. It's completely irrelevant, but I just think it's cute. So yeah. Yeah, also like, this is another reason why I'm a vibes-based person, because as far as I can see, I don't see a reason why like the ocean isn't a soup, or why cereal isn't a soup. But if I went to someone's house, I'd be like, hey, do you want some soup? I was like, yeah, well, I'd probably be like, I'm not hungry, because that's how I usually am. But if I was hungry, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they pulled out some cereal, or like they pulled out the ocean. Or if they pulled out the ocean, I'd probably be busier being like, are you God? Than why this isn't a soup. Like, if like someone was like, hey, do you want a gift? And then they gave me like immortality, I wouldn't be like, hey, that's not a gift. I'd be like, how the hell did you do this? Well, I probably wouldn't know I'm immortal, but unless they like told me I was immortal and then like stabbed me and I like didn't bleed. I don't know. How do people like work out that they're immortal? They just see, oh, I haven't died when I should have, or like, do they just like, no, I don't understand immortality. It's kind of quirky. Anyway, how do I get onto this? Oh yeah, the ocean being a soup. If someone pulled out cereal, I was saying, hey, do you want some soup? I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? I also haven't looked up the definition of soup. For all I know, it could be like really obvious why it's not a soup. But being stupid's my specialty, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah, I really like ramen, but that's just because I like noodles a lot. The only issue with ramen is because I don't eat pork. I don't really eat any meat from a mammal. Like, I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef, because I really like those animals. I just don't eat lamb because I never get offered it, but I don't think I would want to eat lamb regardless. Like, I eat chicken, I eat fish, stuff like that anyway. Also, I'm not, like, judging anyone who does. I'm not gonna be like, I have a moral high ground. I don't think that. It's just doesn't feel right to me, so I don't do it. I would rarely claim to have a moral high ground in much, because I don't think I have the moral high ground in much. Where the hell is this thing tail? Here we go. Yeah, I don't think I have many moral high grounds. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just doing what I am. Doing what I am, doing what I can. I definitely don't have the English high ground. Yeah, English is my first language. I'm just stupid. Yeah. Yeah, that's the secret. You just say, I don't know how to say it in English. And they're like, oh, they must be bilingual. It's like, no, I just don't know how to say it in any language. Like, I do Greek and Latin, so I vaguely know that. And I did French at GCSE, so I vaguely know that. But it's like, I'm not, like, fluent in any of them. So, yeah. But, yeah, I like noodles. And, like, you can get ramen that isn't pork. Yeah, not eating pork is, like, also a really big issue when I go to, like, dim sum, because there's so much, like, pork-based stuff there. But, I mean, there's plenty of stuff that isn't. I already would order, like, 2 times as much as I could eat, so, like, now I just order still probably more than I can eat when I go to dim sum. Dim sum's so good. I love dim sum. Like, yeah. Love so much. Noodles great. Egg tarts. Squid. Hargao. What are those yam things called that have crunchy stuff? Don't know. There's so many different... I'm not going to list everything you can get at dim sum that I enjoy. Because that could be a separate video. But yeah. I don't... Do I, like... I also, like... There's some stuff where it's like... I don't know that, like... A soup and a stew, I don't really know the difference between them. But I'm also not a big fan of either, so I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't know, like, cause I also don't cook that much for myself. When I do, I make, like, egg fried rice, salmon, katsu chicken. That's about it. I don't know, I have... It's not that I can't cook other stuff, it's just the fact that I don't have a... I'm gonna put it on my head. I just don't really have a reason to cook other stuff, because I'm like... I'm happy with this. It's fairly simple to make. Like, I can add some variety to egg fried rice. I could, like, add mushrooms. I always add, like, green onion and chicken, unless I don't have one of them. I've tried it with a salmon instead of chicken once, and I don't like it as much, but it's still good. Yeah. I love this guy. But yeah. That's super interesting. I've been trying to think of a soup pun for the past, like, 5 minutes, and be honest, and just haven't really been able to find a good one. Because other than just, like, super, which just isn't very funny. Or stupendous, because I mentioned stew. I can't think of anything to do with ramen. Did I... Well, I don't see why I would have mentioned this. But, like, during my, physics GCSE, I'm British, I assume most people know that. GCSEs are, like, a British exam thing I did last year. Don't know how to explain them. During my physics exam, I spent half the time daydreaming about ramen instead of answering the questions. Although I did get the best grade you can get in that exam, so... Clearly works. Basically, if you want to pass GCSE physics, ignore it and daydream about ramen. Okay, maybe half the exam's a bit of an exaggeration. I spent, like, maybe a quarter of it. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah. I don't think it's been very soup related, but I think any of them have been related to what they've been titled, to be fair, past the, like, first 3 of them. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to eat soup, go eat some soup. If you don't like soup, eat something else. Make sure to eat today, because that's probably a good idea. Unless you're, like, fasting, which I guess don't, but, like, I don't know. Do what makes you happy. I can't force you, and I won't try to. Thanks.